Alright. Now, finally got my heat compound in. And it's a particular one I'm using is from MG Chemicals. It's a silicone based compound. Cat number 860. It's 150 grams, which is 5 ounces. So this tube should pretty much last me forever. And I already got one of the 2N 3055s mounted. I think you can see that. Is my camera set? Yeah, okay. Right there. And I'm going to put the other one in. So I get my little insulator. There's a very small dab on my finger. And I don't try to get it all over everything because I don't want to get it on the pins. I just try to get the bigger surfaces. That's probably way too much, but here's some on this side. And then stick this on. You got to make sure because there's a little bit, the pins are closer to one end, so you got to make sure you get this set on there right. Kind of press that down. The compound should hold it in place. And another very small dab. Kind of rub some on this side, rub some on that side. Try to thin it out a little better. Off my finger. And the pins are closer to this hole. So just make sure they're lined up right. Actually, I'm a retard. This is the one I just took out. This is the new one. Bag. So don't leave the old ones laying around. Here's the new one. But pretty much the same thing. There's a little bit of an indentation where there's a circle, so I try to get a little more there to fill in some of that gap. Very small film on there. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but really, as long as it works, I'm happy. Put this back on since it's already got a heatsink compound on the one side. Squish the legs a little closer together. Alright. Now the insulator's on the new one. Get it in there, make sure you're lining the holes on this side. This is the part I was having a problem with because I can't see. Alright, where are we at? There's one hole. Let's start to bend in one of the legs a little bit. Test it on this side just to make sure it fits. Bend them in a little too far. There we go. Now fish my insulator off of this thing again. Stick this in there. Let's pick this stupid thing up. a mess of everything. Alright. Go ahead and wipe off the stuff that's on there, just because it's kind of everywhere. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully it goes better this time. Holes. Yep, went right in that time. So, the original was held in with a screw nut, so hold that in. Put the screw in. Hold the nut on there. Screwdriver. Tighten that one down to just barely starts putting some pressure on it. Hope y'all can see this okay. The other one goes through. Same thing. Tighten that one a little more. Just go back and forth for a bit. Alright. Those two are both mounted. With that out of the way. Now, I'm going to do this. I don't think it's really going to matter. You know, just to check and make sure nothing's shorted. But this heat sink, look, nothing. So, but touch those screws, touch the cases, everything there is working. So, I pray, I hope that works alright. Flip it over, turn my soldering iron on. That's, what temperature do I have it set at? There's two insulators there. I feel like I'm missing one somewhere. Anyway, there it is, right there. Alright, so that should be warm. Clean that off. Let's use this little piece here. A little bit more solder on that one, I think. These traces on the back, a couple of them came up when I was desoldering. This one and that one look fine. This one and this one, about half of the trace came up. So I'm hoping that that's still okay. looks good. And that one looks good. That one's not the greatest, but it'll work. I'll just do a round jumper or something. Where's my meter? So no screw to screw works. They're making contact. Nothing's beeping. So they seem to be soldered on there. I'm going to trim those just a hair, but I want to leave a little bit on there, just in case. And I'm sure there's ways you can repair the traces and crack. I don't know how. I figure if it works, it works. So there's my two TN 3055s. Now I got a Q3, Q4, and Q6, which I know one of them's the tip 32, which I think fried everything, and then the other two go on this side. So let's go ahead and replace the tip 32 because it's the one that's just absolutely terrible. See if that's loose or not. Yes, it is. Awesome. Where's my little pocket knife pliers? They're not actually in my pocket. Here. That's where I lose everything. This desk kind of sucks. Stop wobbling. There you go. Now, let's see. Where is it? There it is. It's hiding on the other side. I'm soldering iron there. Pliers. Trying to straighten those pins out a little. That was Q6. Q6, tip 32, CGAFF 44. Now, no idea how to do this because I'm not taking that heat sink off of there. So, what I'm going to try is taking an insulator. Don't drop it. This crap, I get it all over myself and everything else in the process. line up the hole. Straighten that out a little bit. There we go. I think that's about right. And then I'm going to just tip there too. Very small dab on the back of this. Stick it in the holes. And of course, I didn't get the screws. So move this carefully out of the way for a second. And the screws on mine were melted, so I got some more. Got them from DigiKey. These are they're machine screws. They're 6-32 panhead slotted. Manufacturer part number is NSS-6-4-01 if you're looking for them. DigiKey's part number is RPC1582-ND. So I need 2 of those. I got 2 different things held in with it. I can't just get it started with my fingers, my giant fat fingers. Alright. Change out the bit on my screwdriver. And tighten this down. Make sure the insulator's on there good. Don't drop the screwdriver. Okay. There it is. Screwed in with a new nylon screw, so it's insulated from the heatsink, hopefully. Like I said, probably test it, but I don't think it's gonna really do anything because I can touch the heatsink side by side and no signal. So I'm not really sure what to think of that, unless it's got a coating on it. Now that I got that on there, and it's on there and surrounded completely by the insulator, I'm going to go ahead and solder these 3 leads. Oop. That'll kill your ears. What do we got here? Let's see. Like so. Okay, there's one leg. Second leg. I'm probably not doing this near as fast as I should be, but okay, there's the third leg. Since those are a little close together, such as solder point leg, leg. Alright. Alright, we seem to be good. off super easy. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing for these two over here, which are, oh, I can't see the numbers. I can see them on here, Q4 and Q6. So I'm going to replace these just like I did the other two. This one uses a middle screw. This one has the insulating screw. And I wasn't sure if these screws were aftermarket, and I actually got online and zoomed in on a few Google pictures of these AR3 boards, and it had 3 metal screws in it. So I'm hoping that those are right. So we'll see what happens.